Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
Who is responsible for the willful damage of a water project executed by the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, is currently the bone of contention in Aja-Osolo community, Warri South local government area of Delta State. As part of our ongoing audit of NDDC projects across the Niger Delta, Inside the Niger Delta crew recently visited Aja-Osolo, where it was alleged that the community chief called for the dismantling of the water tank, which was sold to raise funds for a traditional festival. When contacted, the accused, however, denied the allegation as false and untrue. As soon as we got the hint of a vandalized NDDC project in Aja-Osolo community, our crew mobilized to location, traveling at sea for over 1 hour from Ugoton near Warri to arrive at our destination. We're here to take a look at a very, very unique situation. Usually the story is NDDC awards a contract, NDDC does not follow up, they don't know what the situation is, or they refuse to pay, so the contractor abandons site, or NDDC awards a contract, the contractor collects money and just, takes off. What we have here is rather unique. I was led through bushy paths by concerned members of Aja-Osolo community to finally arrive at the location where a 1 million litre solar-powered water project was executed by the NDDC. The water project was almost completed with a borehole and water reservoir tank already in place. According to Emmanuel Abigo, Chief Executive Officer of MAMODE Nigeria Limited, contractor to the project, who spoke to Inside the Niger Delta off camera, the water scheme was stalled due to non-delivery of its solar power component by another contractor to enable it to supply water. The water project, having failed to function over time, drew the attention of the community chief identified as Chief Billy Besigiwa. In February this year, he allegedly ordered some youths to dismantle the steel water reservoir tank, which was sold to raise funds to organize a traditional masquerade festival.
NDDC awarded the contract to Imam Bureau about 15 to 16 years ago. Or some around February, we got the information that some youth of the community wants to dismantle the tank. So I went to the chief. The chief said he was the one that sent them to dismantle it, that they want to build masquerade. They want to use the money in beating their masquerade.
Obviously, the NDDC water project in Aja-Osolo is back to square one. The project, from 90%, I think we are back to about 10% of the project, because what is left now are just the pillars that are supposed to hold the water tank. In the meantime, there is no access to safe drinking water for inhabitants of a Aja-Osolo community who have had to depend on polluted underground water for their survival over the years.
This is what we drink, yeah. Everybody, this is what we drink. So that's why I'm not too happy when somebody will get that project being vandalized. I'm not happy at all.
To get his own side of the story, I put a call across to Chief Billy Besigiwa, who denied his involvement in the destruction of the NDDC facility. The community people told us that the tank that was there, that you ordered some boys to disconnect it and sold it off. Is that true?
It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. I don't even know the NDC project there. I don't even know it too. When I enter shift 2012, now bush door cover. Well, I don't even know whether I NDDC. Now I do that thing there. If you force cut out, now people pack them. Me, I don't even know. I don't know anything.
The water tank, you see them for there before?
And now they tell you so now.
Okay.
I've seen tanks for there before. Okay. For over 20 years now. When they are abandoned there.
So, but when you notice now, say the tank no day again, as the chief for Aja-Osolo, what you can't do?
No, this is nothing I want to do now.
You don't report to police or report to NDDC?
Say this thing. No, I don't know anything about it. I don't even know this thing. That's work. It was over 20 years now.
with sketchy details on the Aja-Osolo water project inside the Niger Delta, wrote to the NDDC requesting to know the actual status of the project. At the time of filing this report, there was yet no response from the NDDC, whose operations are still largely skeletal as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. It is, however, incumbent on NDDC to investigate the scandal surrounding its water project in Aja-Osolo community, which is only one of several other abandoned projects scattered across the Niger Delta. The proposed investigation should be carried out as a matter of urgency, in line with objectives of the Commission's ongoing forensic audit. This will enable the Commission to ascertain the actual status of the project and determine its quality. For the embattled Aja-Osolo community, their dream of having potable water in their community has been postponed without any date in sight for its realization.
Inside the Niger Delta,